I've got a great paralleled story, if you guys want to hear it, of an extraordinary powerlifter in Blaine Sumner.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So Blaine, he was coming out for the draft, and he was at Colorado School of Mines, and he called me up. He wanted to train. I heard I heard you're the guy to go to, whatever. And so he and I met in person. I met with his dad, and Blaine was already lifting very, very heavy, and he was very strong. And he came to me. He's like, I'm really concerned that my strength's going to go down getting ready for combine prep. And I said, well, here's the ironic thing about it. I said, you're going to touch some pretty maximal loads at times. I said, but I will promise you this, your speed strength and your elastic abilities will get better. And that is ultimately going to just help your strength. And so it was pretty cool. So I can give you, like, because everybody knows Blaine, he came in, he was 335 pounds at the time. He came in, we he pre-tested at 37 reps on the bench press, pretty damn good.
Pretty good, not bad, not bad.
I was like, you're good. Pre-tested at 37. His vertical jump was like right at 30, for 330 pounds. I was like, okay. And his broad jump was 8, 9. And so I was like, those are pretty respectable numbers for 330. And, he doesn't necessarily have great levers. And so, for me, like, those were good power output numbers. And so, we got through the course of his training. And again, the training, we do a lot of PAP, and we do a lot of advanced strategies, which a guy like Blaine, who has such a history of lifting, that really benefits him significantly with his training age. And, we get to his testing day, and he vertical jumps 36.5 inches.
Wow.
Broad jumps, wow. 36.5 inches. Vertical 36.5. He broad jumps right at 9:10. He was so mad he didn't hit 10 feet, but he ran 5.340. And this guy doesn't have the longest legs, and at 335 pounds, like, it was pretty remarkable. But it was cool to see a guy who had so much history in the weight room. And we just changed a couple things, some PAP methods, some speed strength methods, and to see him too. Oh, and the other thing I didn't tell you guys, he hit 52 or 55 reps on the bench. So like,
gosh,
that's delicious. That's so great.
He did claim on his pre-test that he was sick. And that's why he only got 37. But Blaine was a great guy, and he was super coachable. But to get back to the original question, the 225, I look at it a twofold. Like, if I can work on, maximal strength and muscular endurance, I can get a pretty good window of a double peak when it comes to their 225. So I still look at maximal strength, raising maximal strength. Theoretically, I should be able to do more repetitions, and ultimately working on the skill of muscular endurance. If I can get both of those to converge with the right taper, should turn out pretty well. So that's how I look at that. When I look at vertical jump, there's a whole host of reasons of vertical jump. To me, vertical jump and broad jump and the 10-yard, those are gold standard numbers. Those are gold standard numbers that are simple and easy for the stakeholders to make decisions of, this person has a high ceiling of performance and this person has a low ceiling of performance. So if I have 10,000 athletes I'm looking at, and I can look at one position group and say, anybody with the offensive lineman will say, anybody with a 30 and above vertical jump, I know their ceiling is probably going to be higher athletically. So those are kind of the key stakes that you look at. And when I'm looking at increasing vertical jump, there's a couple things. One, it's the skill of the test. I'll be honest with you, like, so many people use the Vertec. I mean, the Vertec is still used, and I think it's because they have decades of data on it. But it's funny to me, all the people that have done jump training or PAP methods, and they've never once done it on the Vertec, because that's a skill in itself of, where do you hit the apex of the jump? Where do you stand? How does your center of mass change as you loft and go into flight? And you can see the people that didn't spend much time on it when they're testing it. So, a lot of our PAP methods, as dumb as it sounds, are with the test.